Banks. We love to hate them, but we can't live without them.
Morning.
We depend on them, from our last fiver at the cash point to helping us buy the roof over our heads.
That's £25,000. Don't look like a lot.
But since the banking crash of 2008,
the face of British banking has changed beyond recognition.
our faith in banks is at an all-time low.
Well, hang on a minute, what's that about?
Overnight, we pretty much lost everything, including our reputation.
If we don't trust the bankers in the city,
Why aren't crooked bankers in prison?
what do we think of the bankers on our high street?
I think we're still one above estate agents.
And what do they think of us?
People are definitely worse with money now.
It's almost like an addiction, really, isn't it? Money can either make a person... Congratulations! or it can break them.
Oh, I don't think we'll ever have that situation again where Brian has 6 credit cards.
Filmed over a year with the staff and customers of one high street branch.
Oh, I've got 10p to me name.
This series lays bare the thorny relationship between us, our money, and the bank.
I am fuming of what you've done.
If we can turn into the 7 dwarves, that will in turn lead us to success.
Chuffy neck. You can read couples when they come in. You can see which ones are really, really in love. They're setting out on that journey together and coming to open their first bank account, which is a big, big step for some people to actually say that they are committed to somebody financially. Hello, speakers.
60% of us test the waters of our relationship by opening a joint bank account.
This is Grace. Hello, Grace.
Victoria and Matthew have been together for 18 months. They moved into a rented house just yesterday. Today they're seeing customer advisor Melanie to take their commitment even further.
Right, so we know you want to open a joint account. We're going to start off where I do a review, first of all, and then we'll decide which accounts can be best for you, if that's OK. Is that all right? So I'm just going to ask some questions. Just Grace, anybody else?
No, she's not our dependent.
Oh, she's not your dependent?
Oh,
your little sister. Oh, yeah, wow.
My stepdad doesn't have any children, so
Right.
we wanted one, so we had you. Mum had
Oh,
you.
that's lovely then, isn't it? Living together? Yeah.
Yes.
Got through one day, so...
Your TV package, how much is that going to be?
This has been a ball of content.
Has it? Are you wanting the sports and you're not?
Yes.
How did I guess?
We're getting divorced before we even started.
So now, the most important thing is to get this account open for you so you
Yes,
can start
please.
this joint account. Right, everything's looking fantastic. And you've got about £837 left over, so guess what you can start doing with that money?
Saving it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll just do the ordinary select account for now then, yeah?
Okay.
All right?
Great. Thank you very
All
much
right,
for your
lovely to
time.
see you as well. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you very much then.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Every customer that walks through our door has a story.
All of life passes through this branch. The staff see customers at every milestone of adulthood for better and for worse.
Bless her. Did he have a will?
Thank you very much.
Not to mention the bank staff themselves, who between them in the last year have clocked up 1 engagement, 3 mortgages and 3 divorces.
Any significant event in a person's life, whether it be good or not so good, we have a part to play in that.
We always need money for absolutely everything.
Births, marriages. How much it costs now? People coming in borrowing 30, 40 grand just to get married.
Splitting up, divorcing.
Deaths. You need to bury somebody. I need to borrow 6 grand. How much it costs now to bury somebody? It's about...
Well, 3 or 4 grand minimum.
Yeah.
My wedding day was the best day, or one of the best days of my life ever, and never, ever can be repeated.
I brought a book.
It's a very cute little book.
Yeah, it is.
I like that picture. Like, everybody's just in hysterics, and it's like, it's just captured the moment, and it,
Yeah.
it was a great day. I like that picture.
Oh, yeah.
One of
That's a
them.
nice necklace.
Where did I get that
Don't
necklace
know.
from? Clive bought me that
I bought
necklace.
that necklace. Oh, no, it's really lovely. You've been together for a long time, haven't you?
Yeah.
But, like, you're just starting out on, like, your proper journey now with getting your own
Seriousness.
house and
Yeah.
stuff.
He's not married.
No, just going through a divorce.
Well, he is, but not to this one.
No. Oh, look at that. That's on holiday.
Yeah.
There you go. That's me. That's Mel.
Well, it's interesting. 2 people working in the same office, isn't it? Well, how long have they been at it now for? About...
A couple of years, Richard.
A couple of years, yeah. So it's been going a couple of years. And are you still happy with her?
I'll give it a few more weeks.
Yeah.
I'll give it...
Yeah.
Still testing the waters, really.
Yeah.
Only joking. She'll kill me. She physically would kill me.
No, I am married. Yeah, look, see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I look at Bobby Dazzler, don't I?
You do? You turn out quite well, really, don't you?
Thank you. Do you want to see another one?
Go on, then, yeah. You do look a lot younger there.
Yeah, 4 years ago, I was 38, wasn't I?
I'm thinner.
I was in my 30s.
Like I say, he probably is. He's married. He's very happily married, aren't you? That's
Very
why
happily married indeed, yeah.
He's put all them pounds on.
Yeah. I'm not a great psychological profiler type of, unfortunately. I'm probably a typical bloke. Yeah, you perhaps pick up on certain things like, certainly if it's a couple, there will tend to be one of them in charge of the money. More often than not, it's probably the woman, actually, I would say.
Actually, I'll go first. I'm a primary school teacher and I've just recently got promoted, so in September I'll be earning £29,000.
I'm a finance analyst. Recently moved to the job. My salary is £21,700. I'm happy with that, but I'm not the breadwinner, so...
People can say, oh, well, he sorts it out or she sorts it out. And like in our relationship, I sort the money out in our relationship, which is probably why we've not got any.
We've nearly done a week without killing each other. It's great. Such an achievement. This time next week might be a different matter. So, the lovely kitchen. We currently have no chairs. We're going to take a trip to get some this afternoon. And then over here we've got Matt's man cave, as he would probably like to call it. So it's just down in the cellar. Cold, dark, dingy place. Oh, it's horrible. And it's a lovely pink colour as well, just right for him.
Although Victoria and Matthew have just opened a joint account, they still do a lot of their spending separately.
This is all my stuff and stuff that's been moved in, and these are all my clothes that I have to buy. This little section here, that's Matt's. He's got that end of the rail.
You get most of the space then?
Yeah, I need it. Can you not tell?
So, Matthew, this is your space?
Yes, I get a bench and a bit of space in there as well. Not a lot, and it's quite damp, but at least it's somewhere to store my stuff out of the way.
Do you think it's, if you don't mind me asking, an equitable deal?
Not really, but some things you've got to compromise on, unfortunately.
He tends to spend money on his hobbies that he gets. So, for example, this year it's camping. Last year it was his bike that he wanted to get. So he's been doing a lot of wild camping since January. It's kind of his little fun thing to do. So
Tent and the equipment could be sort of, this year I spent about £800. So it's quite a lot of my disposable income.
Regularly I spend quite a lot of money on clothes and shoes. People comment at work saying you never wear the same thing twice.
And you and Victoria seem set for life, really?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. Very happy.
Gorgeous!
There are 30 members of staff at the branch. 13 are married, 4 are divorced, 5 are in relationships, 2 of them are single. And Laura has just got engaged.
Did you actually say yeah, or did you just cry?
Yeah, I will, yeah.
Oh, how lovely. You'll have to get planning now then, Laura.
Yeah.
You've got a wedding to plan? I might take a picture of it, actually, and send it to Tom. Let's just take a picture and say, look at this. Let's have a selfie. Let me see your ring.
Assistant branch manager Claire has been with her boyfriend Tom for 7 years.
Right, let's send it to Tom. Do you think he'll get the hint? I said, Laura's got a beautiful ring. She's engaged. OK, let's try round 2 now for the huddle. Could I have some people for the huddle?
Claire would love a ring, but first on her priority list is their living arrangements.
Okay. I still live at home with my parents, who are very lovely, and they're quite happy for me to still be at home. My situation at the moment, I'm wanting to buy a house. I've been ready to buy a house for some time, but my partner, last year, just finished university.
Tom and Claire are two of the 3.5 million 20 to 34-year-olds still living at home with their parents in Britain.
I quite like that one now.
Claire has a steady salary, but Tom's just starting out in a new job. They won't get a mortgage until his income is certain. A typical first home now costs more than 7 times the average salary.
Get a brochure.
Yeah, let's get a brochure.
But that hasn't stopped Claire from window shopping.
We have to do this bit now, because if not, when we get to the point where we can actually go and do it, I'll probably just walk in somewhere and say, yeah, I'll take it. Hi.
Morning.
Hiya.
Hi.
I've just been looking at one of the houses that are in the window.
Yeah. 7 Eastwood Grove?
Yes, that's it. Thank you. Thank you.
If you want to view, just let us know and we'll arrange you an appointment.
Brilliant.
OK.
See you later.
Bye. Bye.
This is the next step in life, is to get your own house and to move out, have your own property. That house was the one that I liked, so I had preference over that one. Tom's not too keen on it. Do you like it at all?
It's all right. It needs a lot of work.
Progress. It's all right.
It needs a lot of work. It's not going to add any value to the house, and we're going to end up putting money into it, and it's not going to
add value to the house.
I don't think it will.
It will.
This is how the conversation goes.
Do you know what? I think in the end we're just going to have to do like eeny, meeny, miny, mo for a house. Like everyone says, don't they, when you buy your first house, like you just walk in and you just know. I want that moment. I want 3 bedrooms, I want a nice bath, I want a garden, I'd like some decking and a water feature, I'd like a garage that's big enough to put a chest freezer in for when we go to farm shop.
It's not a lot then.
This one's got a conservatory as well, which has been nice. I've never seen myself in a conservatory before.
Are we going to cut back on things?
Yeah.
Hair, nails?
I'm not stopping getting my hair cut. All my eyebrows done.
All your eyebrows.
I do my nails
Aren't
myself now, so that's all right.
Yeah.
But, you know, that is when we'll have to start looking at things like,
You've got to take everything into consideration.
How much is it going to cost us a month? Because we're not going to dive in there and borrow the maximum amount of money that the banks say we can borrow just because we can, because we do
we
like...
won't be able to have a life.
How did we meet? We met through a mutual friend. Tom was there and...
Got stuck with her.
Got stuck with me then.
7 years later.
No, it was meant to be, Tom. It was obviously love at first sight. It was a fairy tale.
Meant to be.
This is the one.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I think we knew that a while ago, didn't we? I wouldn't have wasted my time for 7 years if it were.
The relationship we have with the bank often lasts longer than the one we have with the spouse. On average, we keep a current account for 17 years, while the average divorce comes after just 11 and a half. Ryan and Melanie have been married for 7 years. They have 2 children and bought their first home just 3 months ago. Ryan is the main breadwinner, and Melanie takes charge of bargain hunting.
So I've got a Christmas cupboard stash. Ryan does know about most of the things in here, but some things get put in there, so he doesn't know how much I've spent. I've always saved money on it, obviously, but he does get a bit obsessive. Do you want to come and have a look? I got these last night, but Ryan hasn't seen them yet. So I got these from a local shop called Home Bargains. So these are Disney Sophia the First pyjamas. And these are probably usually like sort of £8–10 elsewhere, but they were £4.99. So these online, even on eBay, are selling for like £15, including delivery, and I think I paid £7.80 or something for it. So by the time I filled it with all the sweets, it will come to the £15, but I've probably saved at least 15 by doing it that way.
Melanie and Ryan have a joint account for bills, but they keep some of their finances separate, and it's Melanie's account that sometimes hits zero.
I have, over the last few months, cheekily used PayPal because I thought I don't want to run my account too low. I'll run it through PayPal. There's probably some credit in there and not realise that there wasn't any money in there and it was linked to Ryan's account. And when he went into like the full statement and he said that it was PayPal Dorothy Perkins, and he was like, what have you been ordering? He was probably annoyed deep down, but it was a good bargain. I couldn't have not bought it. I think he's learnt to live with me now. Fortunately, he's got alerts for most things on his phone, so like when something comes out of his bank. In fact, The alerts from the bank is since my Dorothy Perkins incident with PayPal that he set up so that he knows any time I'm spending now.
Every 2 minutes, someone gets married in the UK, and every 5 minutes, someone gets divorced.
Hi, I'm Richard. Nice to meet you.
Helen's come into the bank to see customer advisor Richard. She recently split up with her husband of 15 years. They're going through a divorce and trying to sell the marital home. Helen wants to know if she can afford a new mortgage on her own.
So I was wondering how much you were prepared to lend me and what I could, afford, the repayments, because I'm 50 next year. So I'll be taking a 15-year mortgage out as opposed to a 25-year.
What's your gross annual salary then?
£31,500.
£31,500. Comes up the computer with it, highly likely to be approved. We're talking about £708 a month.
I'd be happy with that.
Have you seen a new one?
I have seen a property that I really like. The house is amazing. I could literally move in.
So you could just walk in and get sat and put your feet up and get kettle on?
And I'm worried that I'll never find another house like that. It's how quick things can move with the people who are buying the marital home, but then the next stumbling block is how quick my husband and I can agree the financial split. It can be quite stressful.
Well, it is stressful. It's one of them big life-changing events, isn't it? From divorce, having children, death, moving houses. It's one of them big stressful things, getting a new job. In fact, I think I did all 3 of the stressful things in 1 year. I think I got divorced, bought a new house and did a new job all at once. I'm surprised I'm still here.
It's hard. Starting again, I'm nearly 50 and...
Crikey, 50, it's not that old, But the thing
Depends how old you are. If you're 20, it's ancient.
Oh, I don't know. So, you've got your agreement in principle, you've got my card. Cool, excellent. I've got my fingers and everything crossed for you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No, good luck with that. Thanks. Nice to talk to you again.
Help. I really
You're welcome.
appreciate it, Richard.
Helen needs to settle the finances with her ex so she can move on and make an offer on her new dream home.
I think once solicitors get involved and it can get a bit, it doesn't always go as planned. But we did agree initially to split the capital in the property 50-50. I'm thinking that he may want more, even though I put £45,000 deposit on the property and he didn't put anything. And going back 15 years ago, I lived on my own. I'd got a £30,000 mortgage and I'd only got 9 years left to go on it. So I feel now that I'm in a worse position than I was then.
You said 1 in 2 marriages ends in divorce. But I just say in this room, me and Gary, bless him, it's 2 out of 2.
Yeah.
So your numbers are a bit out there, but I see what you mean.
I think if you look at the stats at NatWest branch here at Huddersfield, they are quite high, aren't they?
How many times have you been married?
Only once. Only ever to be married once.
Do you think you'll ever get married again, Gary?
Good question.
That is a good question, isn't it? Do you think I'll ever get married again?
I think you could reword that. Do you ever think you'll get married to Mel?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
I think that's a yes. Early days, I thought, no, I would never get married again. Obviously, I do think you get divorced first.
The only time I said that I would split up would be if he had another woman. And he knows that. Same for me as well.
How many times have you been married?
Well, twice, including current one.
Once.
Still waiting.
So Tom, if you're out there, Tiffany. No, we've decided against Tiffany, haven't we?
I've downgraded. I've said it's acceptable if it's not.
It was either House or Tiffany. You can't have it both ways.
So today we're coming to see Gary and we're going to find out how much the bank would lend us for a mortgage. Just want to start getting the ball rolling now. Want to go start viewing some houses, don't we? So
Just past my probation at work, so we're in the situation now where we can go and view houses.
Claire, high five.
Deputy Manager Claire's come in on her day off with boyfriend Tom to see mortgage advisor Gary.
I do know you don't.
Because they're work colleagues, Gary can't process their mortgage, but Claire wants him to tell them how much they can borrow.
Today is a fact-find gathering mission. So, Claire, deposit. So how much have you got saved up, or are you borrowing, or what are you doing for deposit?
Yeah, no, we've saved up, haven't we?
Brilliant.
This is where we were just umming and ahhing and we're thinking a 5% deposit.
Yeah, we do 5% deposits. You probably know the Help to Buy scheme, which obviously the government's running. Right, what is the rough purchase price on this property you've seen?
We've got a minimum and we've got a maximum, haven't we, really? So the maximum one that we've seen is 145.
So we work on the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's work on that. So 145,000 times 95%. So you're borrowing 137,750. Yeah. So there it is, likely to be approved for a mortgage. So
That's
absolutely
nice.
no issues there. So you're looking around about £817.
We were sort of looking around 700, weren't we?
Remember, we've put 25 years in here. So if you say 30 years, we're bringing it down. 35 years.
I'll buy a cheaper house
Yeah,
and
I mean,
mortgage for
so
35 years.
You know, yeah, we can do it, but it's about what is affordable to you. It's your call, obviously. Everything is up in the air, isn't it? Until you find that house. Whether you wanted to pay £800 a month, if you want to take a mortgage over 35 years, that's up to you. You've got all the
I think
answers
that's what
on
we
that.
needed to know. We needed to know the worst case scenario.
This is just now subject to a credit check. It's a shame I can't do it for you, because, I would have loved to do it.
Would have been lovely,
it
but
would.
never mind.
Yeah, but these things are there for the right reasons. Tom, lovely to meet you. Claire. Oh,
They know what they can afford, but to play it safe, they won't make the application until Tom's been given a permanent job contract.
Coffee?
Coffee, please.
Melanie and Ryan have only been homeowners for 3 months, but some worrying, unexpected news where they both work has put their home under threat.
At the moment, we're both facing redundancy. It's extremely hard because the whole company is affected by it. It's gone through a voluntary process where people can apply to take voluntary redundancy. That isn't an option for both of us because we don't want to leave. The news didn't really hit us until our eldest daughter, who's 6, came running to the door with an Argos catalogue that we'd picked up at the weekend, circling everything because it was her birthday within 3 weeks, saying, "Mummy, Daddy, look what I circled, I want this, I want that." And it's the reality of thinking, actually, I can probably get that for her, but I don't know in a month's time whether I'll be able to afford then Christmas presents and things like that.
We've just recently bought this house that we're in. You know, we've obviously got the running costs of this as well as providing for the children. When I look back on when we got together, we didn't actually have anything. You know, we were actually living...
Hand to mouth.
I was actually on job seekers allowance. I finished university and I was on job seekers allowance. And quite early into our relationship, we had our first child. And sort of flashbacks of what we had then, which was basically nothing, to what we've got now.
If we both lost our jobs, it'd just absolutely devastate us. There's a real risk that we could lose our house that we've just moved into.
Melanie and Ryan have come into the bank today to increase their credit card limit. They're seeing customer advisor Richard.
With the addition of possible redundancy looming, it'd probably be a good opportunity if we can get some positive reaction to wanting a bit more credit.
Hi, I'm Richard. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. Come and have a seat in my room. Tell me about what you're wanting to do today or find out today.
My credit limit's quite small, it's only £300. It's been the same since the account opened quite a few years ago.
Oh, so that's unusual that the limit's never been changed. Have you been using the credit card?
I use it every month, and then I've got a direct debit to pay the full amount off.
What I can do is I can give our credit card services a quick call. It looks like your accounts are run really well with us, so I'd be surprised if they wouldn't increase it for you. Shall we ask them to up it to 1,000? Or have you got a...
Yeah, I'd have probably said.
Okay.
Go to 1,000.
Melanie's in the branch today. She's one of our sort of long-standing valued customers. She's got a small credit limit that's been that for ever since she's had the account. Could you, I don't know, could you look at 1,000 perhaps? It's come back what, sorry? They'd go up to £450. Right. Just let me run that by the customer. Are you okay to hold? Thank you. Yeah, she'll probably hear a lot of that. So on the automated system, the sort of said, they could go up from 300 to 450 pretty much straight away. He's saying if you're happy for them to be able to do a full credit check on you, which of course will leave a footprint at the credit agency that a credit check's been done, potentially it would allow for more. So do you want me to sort of say to him, yeah, we'll have the 450,
Yeah.
or do you want to stick with this as you've got then?
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like pressing urgent that
I'm like thinking of purchasing with it, so.
Every credit check leaves a marker on your file, and multiple checks can negatively affect your credit rating.
I've had a chat with customer. Can you just put the 450 on, please, then? That's really helpful. Thanks very much indeed, then. Thank you as well. Cheers. Bye, then. To get over
thanks for your time.
No, nice to see you both. But you've got my card, so just make contact if you need me. It's a little embarrassing for me to have to sort of go back with that message saying, well, we can only increase your existing card by £150, but we don't see the methodology or the scoring that goes on at card services, so I quite don't know what system they follow that comes up with the decision to only up it by £150.
It's not much, but I suppose it's better than nothing.
Yeah, it helps. Because of the potential redundancy that we're going through at the moment, just felt it wasn't a good time to have any kind of an impact on our credit rating.
Is there a particular reason you didn't tell Richard that you're facing redundancy?
If a bank knows that kind of information, there's a good chance that they'll not be as how can I put it?
Open to credit.
Open to credit with us. Could have possibly been no to increase credit limit today if from the outset they knew it was the reason behind its redundancy.
It's been 6 weeks since Victoria and Matthew moved in together to test out living under the same roof.
So far, so good. It's working so far, I would hope. Hope he feels the same. I think so, in my opinion, that, you know, we do work well together, and you know, something he's good at is doing Excel and his spreadsheets and finances, so therefore I'm leaving it to him. It's very geeky. It's because he's got a maths degree. If I'm totally honest, I don't entertain that sort of thing in my spare time.
I've offered to show Victoria quite a few times, but she's never really shown much of an interest, and she's always just kind of said, I'll leave it with you, you're fine with the finances, you get on with it. Just tell me how much I need to pay into the account.
That's not my remit, it is. I'll do the washing, he can do the finances. We'll take on traditional family roles.
We're both looking to save up and move into a house, but obviously we both need to, or Victoria needs to make sure she can live full time with me. This spreadsheet is a download from my internet banking. Recently I've had a couple of weddings in the summer. Conveniently, Victoria forgot her purse, so I was paying for her half, and it just meant I was a little bit low that month.
Do you think he makes a profit or a loss on his?
I reckon he makes a loss. I know there's stuff come on Amazon and off eBay quite regularly to his mum's house. I think deep down he likes a little expenditure too. If we have like the thing, if it's his money, I believe he can spend it on what he wants. Within means. If he's not buying something ridiculous.
How much have you got, Gary? Man.
You tell me how much you've got and I'll tell you how much I've got.
About...
He's going to tell me now,
50 quid.
You go, well, I've got £100. There you go. So twice as rich as you, Richard.
His ISA saving account will be maxed up as soon as new tax year comes round. When he was squirreling them bonuses in.
It won't.
Mortgage advisor's bonus.
No.
Straight into ISA.
Richard,
15 grand.
I'm currently paying for a divorce. Yeah?
Yeah.
That sucks all that up, doesn't it?
I suppose so.
Andy is 36. He split up with his partner 2 years ago and has been sofa surfing ever since. 2 months ago he lost his job and he doesn't want his benefits to carry on going into the joint account he has with his ex.
There's children involved as well, and I want to get to see them, so the quicker I sort the house, the job, then I can get back in contact with them again, and it gets to me sometimes.
Hello, is it Mr. McCallion?
Yeah.
Hello,
sorry.
Today he's seeing customer advisor Leanne to see if his ex's name can be taken off the account.
If you want to, yeah.
Go through how it started.
If that's okay, yeah.
Me and my partner obviously opened the joint account a few years ago. After a 10-year relationship, we kind of split up. We don't speak now because I don't have no contact with children or anything else. I need her taken off the account, but there's a form usually you give for 2 people to sign. Well, I've tried that and she won't sign it.
We could open a separate account just in your name, and then you give job seekers the new account number and the sort code and get the money paid into your new account. We've got this as your address.
Yeah, I'm going to have to change that. Can I put my brother's address down for it?
But Andy can't open a new account without proof of address.
I'd need to have like a letter or something to show that you're living at your brother's address.
to be good, would you be able to bring that in to me?
So for now I have to keep this one.
Just for the time being.
I've been trying to find, obviously, a house and all that lot.
Brilliant.
This nightmare can start to finish.
Yeah, must be hard for you.
Without a home address, he can't sort out a bank account or his benefits. But without enough money for a deposit or rent, Andy can't get a home. He's stuck.
Everything was running smoothly. I was seeing the kids regular, I was working, money was coming in, do you know what I mean? Everything was all right. And then the flick of a switch sort of thing, it just all gone down pan. Until I get an house, some regular money coming in, like stability, and the children aren't going to be a part of it, are they? I might have to come back for that later.
What, that in?
Yeah.
By the end of today, Melanie and Ryan will learn whether either or both of them will lose their jobs.
We went to bed about 10:20 last night, and about 11:30, he turned over and I went, Ryan. He was like, what? I was like, I can't sleep. It's like, me neither. Today we found out if enough people have volunteered for redundancy, and if that's the case, hopefully our jobs are safe. If not, we commence the long drawn-out process.
Yeah. It's a big day for us today, either way you look at it. We'll be very, very unfortunate if we both lost our job. Don't even like to think of that scenario, to be honest. One of us is bad enough, but two of us is just be absolutely dreadful.
So what makes you feel secure?
Having your own house, I think. Having that roof over your head.
Yeah.
Having a regular salary coming in every month. Security. Having a little bit of money in the bank, enough that if something did happen, you could probably survive for hopefully 2, maybe 3 months. I think that's for me.
I couldn't say that.
Yeah.
Having a job makes me feel secure, because by me having a job and earning a wage, it means I can live in a house and pay my bills and eat my food and look after my family.
I haven't got 3 months' wage in bank. I wish. Luckily, I've got that level of money as available credit on one of my credit cards. It'd go there, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I'd live on that. Try to find another job.
Jobless and homeless, Andy's become one of the 1 million people in Britain without their own bank account. His life has become increasingly chaotic, and contact with his kids has now broken down completely.
I've got 2 gorgeous little boys. Well, they're not so little now, they're 10 and 7. These are the last ones I've got of them, because it was the last time I seen them. And this is when we were at McDonald's over here. That's Cody drinking his milkshake. AJ about to have his 2nd cheeseburger, and AJ likes 2 cheeseburgers. So he had to have a photo with one of his cheeseburgers, and that's them both together.
You miss them, Andy?
Yeah. I've been there since day 1 and I delivered them both, so you get used to putting them to bed, waking up on the morning, seeing them smiling and taking them to school, even just knocking a football around in park, taking them to McDonald's for a dinner, taking them anywhere. Just seeing them and hearing their voice gets to me most. I just miss them, that's all.
Determined to get a roof over his head and get back in touch with his kids, Andy's going for a job interview at a local care home.
I've handed my CV in and I've filled in the application form, and now they want me to go in. I'm excited, but I think the closer I get, the more the nerves are going to start kicking in. I just want to get back into work. I hate this sitting around and having too much time on my hands and not being able to just think, oh, well, I can go to the pub, or I can just go to the shop and buy this, that and whatever. The only reason I've done all this is for the kids. That's why I've worked near enough all my life anyway. Ever since they were born, all they've known me to do is work.
Cheers.
almost doesn't feel real.
No. Well, for me, it's excitement and adrenaline now. And I was just over the moon.
We went into work today and we found out that enough people have gone for voluntary, so both of our positions are now safe and we're not being made redundant.
Yeah, happy days. It brought tears to my eyes. You know, I was in a meeting room and my boss is a guy, but the rest of the people in the room are females. And I looked more emotional than they did.
I'd started thinking about, right, what can we sell to maybe pay the first month's mortgage when we don't have money? What can we get rid of? What can we shave off?
Anyway, to put it frankly, I was shitting myself.
Do you want to take that again and say, like, I was a bit nervous?
Depends if it's after the...
It's BBC Two.
Right.
It's made me realise that I don't constantly have to spend just because it's in the sale. I don't know, I see a T-shirt that's £80 original price and I can get it for like £11. If I don't need it, then it's £11 that...
And don't spend it.
I could have saved. No, in all seriousness, I'm going to save.
That reminds me, I got a text today saying a parcel's arrived for you.
Yeah, that's my click and collect.
Oh, is that the one?
Yeah.
So it's not something else?
No.
You sure?
Don't think so.
You don't even know.
Helen has been separated from her husband for 14 months now. She's desperately hoping the house they own together will sell in time for her to buy her new dream home.
Hi, is it possible to speak with Hannah, please? I'm all right, how are you? Well, I'm sorry I haven't been in touch with you. It's just that, you know, that the sale of my property fell through and I was trying my best to organise another mortgage. Right. Has someone put a firm offer on it? Yeah? It's a lovely house, yeah. All right, thanks for all your help. Really appreciate it. Take care, bye. There was so much interest in the property that someone has actually put an offer in and it's been accepted. Just feel weird knowing that somebody else has bought what I consider to be my home. It just reminds me that I can't move on, basically. I can't make a fresh start. And this was more about a fresh start for me than anything else. We all like to be in control of our destinies and our lives, but at this moment in time, I'm not. And I'm no nearer moving on than I was a year ago. When we split up, I'm in exactly the same position. The house is still for sale. We're still not divorced. We still haven't agreed the finances. And I still, you know, can't buy a property of my own. So I'm thinking, could I have another year of this? I hope not.
Has your life turned out like you expected?
Absolutely, I've been absolutely blessed. I didn't expect my father to die when I was 13. That was a massive shock. I'm so lucky to have met the man of my dreams, so lucky to have the most beautiful children, so lucky that they're, at the moment, in happy relationships. I lost my mum a little bit early, I think, but never mind.
Mr. and Mrs. Walker have been NatWest customers for 10 years. They have 7 accounts, 2 current accounts and 5 savings accounts.
I want to open an ISA for Carol. She hasn't got one. The reason we're doing this is because I've just been diagnosed with cancer.
Oh, I am so sorry.
Well, it's not as serious as it looks.
Right.
You never know, dear.
No.
And I want to make sure, if anything should happen to me, that all monies that's in the bank in NatWest, Carol can get hold of.
Okay. Let's bring your details up and see. Oh gosh, you've got quite an array of accounts here, haven't you?
There's grandchildren as well.
Yeah, that's
Grandkids,
fine. Yeah. Do you want to be added to those accounts?
Better do, yes.
Yeah? So let me just print a form off and I just need you both to sign just so I can obviously make the Archie and Ella ones join. Yeah?
If in the event of anything do happen, how does the children get them?
the deceased person's name would come off the account.
Right.
So it would remain in either name, re the children. So it would still continue if you wanted it to.
Yeah.
So how's your treatment been going? Have you been going?
Well, I only went into the doctor's just for a normal check.
Right.
And within 2 weeks, I've had all these tests done.
Yeah.
It's advanced.
Right.
But it's not life-threatening yet.
Gosh, what a shock though. What if you want to gone to blooming doctors and got that checked up?
Exactly, I want to know.
Well, if there's any consolation, I've been in remission. I was diagnosed with cancer on 11th of June 2002. So, you know, absolutely fine. Yeah, no checkups, no nothing. So, you know, there are loads of good news stories out there as well.
Yeah, there is, yeah. It's nice to know that when you speak to people like you...
Yeah, there are good news stories as well.
That's good news.
Definitely.
Oh, cool.
It does,
I'm
definitely.
off for a pint now. You made me feel better already.
Good. Positive attitude, honestly, it gets you through it. Your family and your friends, definitely.
Right. Well, thanks, Jill.
No, you're more than welcome, thank you. And all the best.
Oh, you're a champion.
Hey, there you go. You can make someone happy, yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you.
Really nice.
Right.
All right.
See you later. Bye.
Yes, take care, won't you?
She can access all the monies for the grandkids, all the ices, all the monies, and then she can go and spend it all. She can have a fabulous time. And I'll just...
Which I deserve.
If I'm up there, I can just look down and say, don't do that, don't do this. But it'll be all right. It'll be all right.
It's 3 months since Victoria and Matthew first moved in together. It's going so well that despite having no mortgage and no children, Victoria has decided they should take out life insurance together. This time they are seeing Sarah Iqbal, the bank's protection specialist.
None of us know when anything's going to happen or if anything's going to happen. The one thing that's guaranteed in life is death, and yet we don't like to think about it, especially when they're young. So to come this way? It's a tough topic to talk about.
My cousin's just died in America of pancreatic cancer at 52, and their system over there is completely different to us, and his wife's got no money, and, you know, their financial situation has been horrific, and kind of like, I don't ever want that to happen to either of us, you know, if it did happen to one of us, that we would be covered and protected. And also, it's horrid, it's bad enough time to go through as it is.
What I mean, you're grieving at that time. The last thing you need is that financial strain dragging you down even further. And I know it's horrible to think about, but it's basically the case if one of you guys are no longer around, what financial support the other person would need and how long they'd need that support for. It's such morbid things to think about.
Sometimes a bit incomprehensible, isn't it? Kind of like, same with pensions. 68 we are to retire, so another 44 years to go,
So if I, say for example, rounded it off to £20 a month?
Yeah.
Yeah? So it's £46,337 over 15 years, that's £20 a month. Would you like me to proceed with this one?
Yeah, I think so.
So who likes to pay it?
Do you have the joint account, is that all right?
Yeah, but whose name do you want me to put on the direct debit?
Yours. Yours is first.
Okay. No.
Thank you. 2 T's. Thank you.
It's one of those things that you hope you never have to do.
Yeah, I hope I don't have to use it.
Yeah, for me it was a critical illness, I think, because that's more likely than...
Death. Done. You can forget about it, life's covered.
For 15 years.
Yeah.
Life assurance is a security blanket. It's something that absolutely everybody needs to think about. As I said, my father died when I was 13, and had my mother not had any cash to spend, I would not have had the life that I've got.
But if you're young and you've no kids and you've no debts, do you really need it then? Probably not.
Mel, girlfriend of mortgage advisor Gary, is on the front desk today welcoming customers. It's a role that means staff really get to know the regulars.
You all right there, sir? Morning, Lucy. Are you all right?
Yes, darling.
Lucy. Hello, sweetheart. What is it you're wanting to do?
It's maturing.
Oh, is it maturing?
Yeah.
We do get quite a lot of elder customers. They're coming in, I think, sometimes just to see us. They do come in with something to do, but they're very lonely. So it's nice to be there for them, really. I want to treat them how I want to be treated when I'm older.
Oh, go away. Hey, come on then. Bye now.
We're ready.
We're ready.
The local councillor came round the other day, knocking on the doors. I answered his knock, and he said he was collecting for a public swimming pool. So I gave him a bucket of water.
See you later. He comes in and tells us a joke every week, which is very nice. I think I'd heard that one before, to be honest.
I'm going in and talking to the girls. It's the only opportunity I get to talk to girls, really, women.
Why is that, Eddie?
Well, I live on my own. I like to be amongst people.
Eddie's not unusual. 1 in 4 pensioners live alone in Britain today.
There's so much automation and technology available, but you'll still get some customers that will come in every week and write a cheque to cash for that week's money, and it doesn't matter what you say to them, they will not change from that ways. And it's not because they're afraid of the technology, it's because maybe on that day that they come into the bank, we might be the only other humans that they speak to. And, you know, because they haven't got anyone, and that's awful.
Yeah, it's awful.
Who's going to look after you when you're old?
Mel. She's a lot younger than me.
Yeah, Ellen's 4 years younger than me.
She'll still be a sprightly bird when I'm in my 80s.
Oh, there's my daughter. When I say look after me, though, she'll probably put me in a home, won't she?
Yeah.
And some stranger will be looking after me.
Yeah.
Kevin is a regular at NatWest. He comes into the branch every week. His elderly father spends much of his time in the Gambia rather than living on his own in Huddersfield. So instead of popping round the corner to check on his dad, Kevin looks after his pension so his dad can enjoy a life in the sun.
I'm bringing money from the post office from my dad's pension, and I'm going to put it into the bank here to the NatWest, and we have a joint account. He opened that before he went to Gambia, and then I put his money in our joint account. And a section of that money I hold back. So if anything does happen to him, we've got something for him to fall back on. And the rest, Dad draws it out in Gambia.
Would you like a receipt?
Yes, please. A little printout if it can.
It's the last 6 transactions,
That's fine, yes.
Yeah, that's fine. Anything else can I help you with?
My father was in Gambia because he decided at the age of 79 that he wanted to live there, and that it was far cheaper to live there than it is in the UK. He could have a better life out there, and obviously it's a lot warmer. He's a 79-year-old body with an 18-year-old head on him, so therefore he wants company and he wants love. And he thinks that he's going to get that. I feel quite sad because he's my dad, and at 79 years old he might not come back. At least I'm not wiping his ass. So he's, you know, I would have to do that if he were there. I'm just sort of getting him money.
Kevin's dad, Donald, has been visiting the Gambia for 8 years. He's been looking for love, but he's not had an easy ride.
I can see from his bank statements what money he's getting and how much it is. Then I've got some control over what's going on, because in his last relationship or his marriage, he got stung for about 20 grand. He had quite a number of women who were very fond of him, and he decided to marry one and bring her back here. And we went through a really difficult process with immigration. We had to go to court, and we fought tooth and nail to get this lady a visa. And then she spent 2 years here, which was quite a difficult 2 years, and then she got an indefinite right to remain in the country. And I think it was the very next day she left him, and we've seen nothing ever since. He was devastated because he actually believed that she loved him. We didn't believe that at all. It took him a long time to get over that. He was definitely hurt.
Took me 25 hours to get back here. From Friday, I started off Friday dinner time, and I arrived back. My son picked me up in Leeds at 10 to 12 on Saturday at dinner time.
Donald has had to fly back from the Gambia at short notice because his pension money was stopped.
I'm phoning on behalf of my father, who was in Gambia. He's now sat with me. He'd been phoning from Gambia. It was about a change of address, and he kept failing the security questions.
Without my son, how could I have done it in Gambia? I've nobody else to turn to.
You stopped his pension. I think you still owe him about £945.80, which is a lot of money. Oh, that's fine, yes. OK, thank you, bye. Well, that could have saved you a trip from Gambia. Right, if you go to Gambia, they want to know. They want to know where you are all the time. Otherwise, they'll send a visiting officer out to see if you're dead. So we might have you buried in the garden and be committing fraud, which, you don't look dead yet. And they think that we're fiddling the money, I think.
But that's a huge relief. That is a huge relief.
Recently, Donald's met someone else in the Gambia.
I have a woman friend out there now. Very nice person.
Saw Mary when I went across to Gambia with my wife.
Yeah.
Got on with her quite well. Very nice lady. She's in her 50s. Obviously, you do what you want to do, but I just want to sort of keep my eyes open and just see what's going on. That's why I watch your bank account all the time, because I want to see where the money's moving. And that's not because I want to be negative towards me. I just want to be on it in case something untoward starts to happen.
Yeah, but don't forget, though, Kevin, that I tread a little bit wary, I know. I would never have done that.
I've noted that as well, yeah. You've got love and money, you've got Mary.
Yeah.
And when you're out in Gambia, you've got a bit of money.
Yeah.
Right, that's your tea cut. I'll just leave it there for you. Thank you very much.
Deputy Manager Claire and boyfriend Tom have finally agreed on a house they both like. And with Tom now on a permanent contract at work, they feel ready to apply for a mortgage. Just like many customers, Claire has chosen to complete her mortgage by phone.
Hello? You are, yes, hello. We wanted to put a 5% deposit down. We wanted to do the Help to Buy.
Claire knows it all relies on a positive credit check.
Is it warm in here or is it just me? Do you feel nervous? Very likely that we'll get engaged. It's medium likely that we'd get married. OK, thank you ever so much. Thanks, bye-bye. Oh, God, I didn't know they did that. So we're on a break now.
A break?
So for the next...
2 hours?
No, for the next 20 minutes, and then she'll ring us back and make a recommendation. Hello?
Hi, Claire, Pat from NatWest Mortgages.
Hi.
Hi. Good time to talk again?
Yeah, it's fine, thank you.
Do you give me permission to credit score you, Claire?
I do, yeah. God, I hope they accept us. I've just got an awful feeling.
Hello.
Hi.
Claire, sorry to put you on hold for long.
It's okay.
Good news is it has accepted on credit scoring, so...
Thank you. High five. Can help me now. They said yes. They haven't got bad credit. Honestly, that's it now. I've done the hard bit. I've passed the credit scoring. NatWest have said yes. I mean,
You'll be in debt for the rest of your life now.
I know. Seriously.
But at least you'll have a house.
We kept talking about the next 23 years, and I was like, 23 years is a long time. That's most of my life again.
I know.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
That's nearly all of me again.
With no home address, Andy's still not been able to open a new bank account for himself. And he didn't get the job at the care home.
So, come in.
But today, a caseworker from a housing charity has helped him find a flat and put down a £300 bond for the first month's rent.
So I'll give the landlord a list of any defects.
Yeah.
Lights in the kitchen. The bed looks okay. It looks there are no stains on it. It looks fairly new. We've got a strip light. And we've got a loose.
Yeah, it feels like that here as well.
You've got central heating.
Yeah.
It should be a nice place to live.
It's home.
Want to lock me out?
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Mike.
All right, bye.
2 years ago, since I actually had my own set of keys that I can come and go as I please. I don't have to sit and wait about sort of thing. So it's just having that sense of freedom. So yeah, I feel a lot better with myself. I've still got other stuff that I need to sort, but you can't really sort them until you get an house, like with bank account and with job centre. Because I haven't seen the kids for, what, 3-4 months now. I'm one of them that I want to see my kids. I know there's loads out there that don't, but I just want to see them. I want the living room to be a living room and the bedroom to be my bedroom. But then I've got kids to come as well, so I could even put another bed over there in the corner for them, couldn't I?
If he's not in the bed next to us, I have a crap night's sleep because he's not there. But yet, when he is next to us, I wish he wants sometimes because he snores.
I think Tom has a crap night's sleep when I am there.
But
he complains.
Yeah, but yeah.
Do you both see yourselves together in these relationships forever now?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Not me and Richard. You mean separately? Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Without question.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, I don't doubt it.
Surviving redundancy has made family life much less stressful for Melanie and Ryan, but they're still keeping an eye on the pennies.
You've got the one main current account, haven't you?
Yeah. Both got a current account, essentially, that we use, and a joint account that don't have anything in. I think mine has like £5 in it to keep writing to me.
You've got to keep something to the side.
Are you saying that you keep some money away from Melanie, Ryan?
Well, there's one particular account that if worse comes to worse on a rainy day, that there is a pot to one side if required.
Is there? What account?
Well, that's the one that I've kept quiet.
There isn't. Have you?
Yeah, there is. Anyway.
Hold on, nothing's on your bank statements paying into it.
Because it's a book. There are enough statements.
How much is in it, Ryan?
There's only about £2,500 in it. It's not a lot, but it's enough.
Are you for real? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Get lost.
Serious. Anyway.
I think you know someone.
Well, she knows now, anyway.
That's it. We're on a
So I've
spending
not
spree
got
now.
anything to hide.
Thank God I've still got your credit card in my bag. I can't believe you kept that from me for 7 years.
Well.
8 years now, in fact. You sly dog.
Well, there you go.
I've got your new account number here now. So, one new sort code and account number. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time.
You're very welcome. Take care.
And you.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The best thing about living with my girlfriend is just being able to spend like the whole time together. But that's possibly the worst thing as well. I'm still very happy.
I still want to be with him till we're all right. He has to get a ring now.